Hello. So usually the videos I shoot are about fitness. Today I wanted to kind of switch themes and talk about one of my other passions other than fitness, martial arts. Something that I started about 10 years ago is just taking a deep dive into languages. Started with Spanish, now I speak some Portuguese, really been focusing on French lately. So I want to show how I use ChatGPT to work on pronunciation. It's something that just came to me. I've been really playing around with the advanced voice mode. I mean, the world's changed drastically since I first started. I started with Duolingo, and now with ChatGPT and other resources as well. There's some amazing things we could do. So I want to give an example of how I use this, and then I will kind of talk about it a little further. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this book. This is Olly Richards. He writes a lot of books, these short stories that are amazing. So if you are into want to learn a language, these stories are great because they're very simple. Let you absorb the language through a story in a very, digestible way. So I'm going to read this and just watch what I do. I'm going to hit the advanced voice mode on ChatGPT. Wait for this to kick in. Hey, so I'm going to read a story in French, and afterwards I want you to translate it to English for me. Hello? Something's going on with it. Hey, so I'm going to read a story in French, and I want you to translate it to English for me.
I'm ready when you are. Go ahead with your story in French.
Il était une fois un homme qui vivait en France. Cet homme était très vieux. Le vieux homme s'appelait Arthur. Arthur ne s'était jamais marié. Il n'avait pas d'enfants ou de famille. Il avait vécu seul pendant de nombreuses années. Il était très gentil avec tout le monde. Arthur n'avait jamais voyagé loin. Il avait voyagé pas trop loin de sa maison en France. Mais il n'était pas allé plus loin. Maintenant, il était temps, il avait une mission. Arthur n'était pas riche, mais il n'était pas pauvre. Il avait économisé de l'argent. Il avait prévu de l'utiliser pour sa maison. Il devait aller à trois endroits différents. Il mangerait où il pourrait. Il dormait où il pourrait. Il voyagerait comme il pourrait. Il avait une mission. Il devait la finir.
Got it. Here's the translation. Once upon a time, there was a man who lived in France. This man's name was Arthur. Arthur had never been rich. He had no children or family. He had lived alone for many years. He was very kind to everyone. Arthur had never traveled far. He had not gone far from his home in France. But he had never gone further. He had a mission. Arthur was not rich, but he was prepared. He had saved money. He planned to use it for his mission. He had to go to 3 different places. He would eat what he could. He would sleep where he could. He would manage as he could. He had to finish it.
Now say it back to me in French. Read that story back.
Il était une fois un homme qui vivait en France. Cet homme s'appelait Arthur. Arthur n'avait jamais été riche. Il n'avait pas d'enfants ni de famille. Il avait vécu seul pendant de nombreuses années. Il était très gentil avec tout le monde. Arthur n'avait jamais voyagé loin. Il n'était pas allé loin de sa maison en France. Mais il n'était jamais allé plus loin. Maintenant, c'était le moment. Arthur avait une mission, mais il était préparé. Il avait économisé de l'argent. Il avait prévu de l'utiliser pour sa mission. Il devait aller à 3 endroits différents. Il mangerait où il pourrait. Il dormirait où il pourrait. Il gérerait comme il pourrait. Il avait une mission et il devait la finir.
So there you go. That's how I've been using it. It's pretty amazing. Obviously, number one, my pronunciation of French is far from parfait. Actually, if I have some French friends that listen to it, I'm open to feedback. Please help. Let me know what I could do to improve it. And just tell me what you think about using it this way. I haven't really seen. I've seen lots of videos on ChatGPT and how to use it for languages, but for pronunciation, I haven't seen something like this. So you can see, just reading it, it's going to read it back in English, and obviously, if it says some crazy stuff, obviously you probably didn't read it correctly. Like you're not pronouncing it correctly, so that it could spit back to you an actual story that makes sense. So that gives you that feedback that you're looking for. Are the sounds out of my mouth making sense in this new language where it could be translated? And then you saw what I like to do after that is to have it read it back in French. So sometimes I actually do this multiple times. I'll sit there and I'll read it, and I'll read because you can look at a mode where it shows after you read it, you can look at what they wrote. Do the words that they wrote match up with the words in the book? That gives you other feedback and just listening to it. So yeah, there's many more ways you can use ChatGPT for language learning, but this is a great way to work on your pronunciation. Hope this helps y'all out. Have a great day.